All right, happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for coming and being with me today. We'll do some de-stressing today. Tension throughout the whole body is my aim today. So let's just start lengthening nice and long with the spine, sitting tall, and just gently bringing your chin down toward the chest. And just imagine that length, maybe imagining light reaching out through the top of the spine. And just feeling that stretch to the back of the neck. And then slowly, carefully bringing the head back to vertical and just gently letting the head pour to the side, feeling the opposite side nice and long and heavy. In fact, with that shoulder that you're reaching away from, you can press down through that heel of the hand and feel that extra little bit of stretch, perhaps even palm wide, opening the hand wide there. That's it. And then carefully releasing that and letting the head come back to vertical. Let's try the other side, just pouring the head up and over other side. Meanwhile, feeling the other shoulder sliding away, maybe reaching down to that heel of the hand, flexing the palm. Breathing into that stretch. Perhaps again, spreading the fingers wide as you stretch. Good. And then again, softening the hand. And carefully bringing the head back up, just rotating now, looking one direction, and then back to center and the other direction. And we'll do that again, reaching one way, seeing if you can really turn that head, other side. Good. And then back to center, and then taking a few circles with the head. So again, chin to chest, and then rolling ear to shoulder. Looking up at the ceiling, maybe thinking about the back of the neck staying long, other side, and down. Do that again, same direction. Just loosening up through the head and shoulders, through the neck. And side and center. Let's go the other direction now, 2 circles. Continue to breathe as you're moving. And again, one more time. And around, working out all the kinks. And then back to center, then hands beside you. Inhale, reaching all the way up, filling with good oxygen. And exhale, opening. And let's do that again, reaching up nice and long. And then exhaling, coming back down. Good, let's bring our feet around to the side. We'll do our contracting and extending of the spine. So sitting nice and long and tall and feeling that ease through the upper body. Let's contract and hollow and round. So pulling the belly deeply in, holding onto those legs, either underneath or on top of the shins. Widening through the shoulder blades, hollowing the belly deeply. Let's fold over the waistline. Let those shoulders drip down and away. Lift your heart, opening the chest into a bit of an extension. And coming back to center. Let's do that again. Hollow and contract, shoulders soft. Scooping those abdominals inward. Breathe here. And again, folding forward, rocking back on top of those sitting bones. Slide the shoulders down, lift your heart, open the chest. And then coming back to center. We'll try our hands-free approach, starting from here, contracting and rolling back down, letting those shoulders melt right down the center line of your spine. And then just allowing your hands to rest, palms up, surrendered at your side here. You can maybe bring your feet in a little bit closer, feel your pelvis in its easy resting position here. And we're just gonna take a little rock side to side. So my pelvis is just gonna pour to one side. I'm just spilling my hips to one direction. So I'm just letting my pelvis to a little tip and then bringing it back to center. And then other side, pouring my hip down to one side, one hip lifts up off the floor. And then bringing that back down. Do that again each way, maybe pressing into the feet a little bit, maybe opening up through the front of this top hip, feeling a little more hip flexor stretch as you twist. And then bringing it back to center. Other side, peeling over, pressing into that hip, opening up the front of the pelvis. Good. And then bringing it back to center. Taking your scoop into the abdominals, imprinting that low back, and just a little curl, maybe just a tiny, tiny little bridge. And then rolling it back down. Then tipping into an arch, so allowing your spine to arch. Your head will move with your spine as you do that. Try that again. Scooping the abdominals and rocking back into that tucked position, curling, maybe coming a little bit off the floor. And then back to your easy resting position, and then sticking your tail out, arching, and then coming back to center. Let's draw a few circles here. So starting with that scoop, imprinting at the top of the sacrum, and then circling, drawing a circle with the back of your sacrum, the back of the pelvis, all the way down through that arched position, circling to the other side, and up. If we were all lying on the beach in wet sand, we'd be tracing circles into the sand with the back of our pelvis. And around and up. Let's go 2 times the other direction, reaching the hips over, stirring that pelvis, allowing your head to be free as your pelvis is circling. One more time, trying to circle it out, noting where maybe it doesn't feel quite circular. And that's all right, just be aware. Good. Let it all release back down in that easy resting position. And then we'll take our true bridge, lifting up. So we inhale, prepare, exhale, scoop out those abdominals. And again, pouring weight into the feet, lifting the hips nice and high, feeling that nice long line from your knees through your hips to your shoulders. Abdominal support here. Inhale, and then exhale, contracting, curling through that low back. Relaxing the throat as you do so, melting all the way back down. Just one more time here. Inhale, and again, exhale, rocking the pelvis back, peeling up, lifting up, again, feeling that length in the front of the hips, action in the backs of the legs. Inhale, and again, exhale, melting down, curling through that low spine, stretching out the low back. And resting there. Let's gather both knees into your chest. Give yourself that nice hug. As you're pulling your knees in, again, think about lengthening through that low back, reaching the tail down toward the floor. Take another breath there. Good. And then we'll go into our stirring. So placing your hands on top of the kneecaps and just again, circling and massaging that low back one more time. Couple times in one direction, and then we'll reverse it and go a couple times the other way. Just letting those legs be soft and easy. The arms are doing the guiding around. Good. And then another twist stretch, reaching those arms all the way open, feeling that wingspan from fingertip to fingertip, relaxing and softening across the chest. Let's take our knees over to the left, head rolls over to the right. Releasing into that stretch, breathing deep. Good, and on your next exhale, initiate from those abdominals, gathering the pelvis, returning back to center, head rolls back to vertical. Let's go the other way. Rotating over, knees to the right, head to the left. And again, arms are just surrendered. Nice deep breaths into the low back. Good, and again, gathering the pelvis, bringing yourself back to the center. Well done. Let's place our feet back down on the floor for a second. You can bring your hands down below next to your hips. We're going to work on our feet a little bit and into our hamstring stretch. So folding one leg up. Again, the leg can be soft and just peeling the toes back to flex and then point, getting our circulation going through the foot, flexing and pointing 2 more times, pulling those toes back. Really trying to keep that parallel alignment as you move and point. And then let's circle and stir it out 3 times, one direction, 2 and 3, and then reverse it. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now pressing through that heel, flexing and stretching up. Good. And then softening. Let's take our left leg and extend it long on the floor. Feeling that fold of the right thigh and the hip there. And then we'll stretch it up through that flex foot into the hamstring stretch, reaching it up. You can take a hold of your leg behind the thigh, maybe up higher toward the calf. Breathe and stretch it out, waking up the back of the leg there. Point through the foot, maybe getting a little bit more range in your stretch. Continue to breathe. And let's try that again. Fold it in. Nice inhale here. And exhale, reaching it up, softening through the neck and shoulders, sending that breath down through the back of that leg and out through the heel. And then again, pointing. Good. Let's fold the knee one more time, and then we're going to hold it with the same hand as leg and rotate, turn it out, and open that knee out to the side, stretching a little bit more into the inner thighs. And again, you're welcome to stay here with the knee bent. If you'd like to increase the stretch, you can always extend that leg and go for a little bit longer lever there. Just stretch through the inner thighs. But again, you do you, whatever you need today. And then again, zip up those abdominals, bring the leg back up and over. Let's take a twist. Bring the opposite hand to the outside of that knee. Let's open the other arm out to the side. And another spiral twist. You can maybe start with just a small rotation. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper into that low back stretch, you can spiral the hip further away from the floor into a deeper spiral. Again, listening to your body. Good. And then again, scoop the abs in, gather the pelvis back to center. Let's extend the leg one more time into that long hamstring stretch. Both sides of the waistline equally long. Good. And then we'll soften the knee, lower it just a little bit, and go into our stirs here, our circles. Inhale, leg goes across your midline, and exhale, circle down, around, and up. And again, inhale and exhale, circle, stir two. And again, inhale and around. Checking in with the upper body, keeping that all calm and quiet. Fourth time. Reversing for four. Inhale, opening, and send that leg down, around, and up. And again, opening. Other leg is calm and steady. Two more. Inhale and exhale, stir. And fourth time, around. Good. And then we'll reach that leg back down. Good. Go ahead and bend it now. Place it on the floor. Bring your other foot up. So we'll do the same way we did the other side. Working through the foot, flexing and pointing and flexing, pressing through the toes. Really feel that pressure. Reach and roll through the ball of the foot. And again, flexing and pointing and circling the ankle 3 times one way and then 3 times the other way. Good. And then folding that leg in, pressing through the heel, reach it up, stretching out the calf. Try that again, folding it in, this time extending the right leg long. So we're feeling that oppositional stretch, the thigh bones reaching in opposition to each other. Feeling that crease in the hip socket with the left leg. And then as you're ready, exhale, reach to that heel, flexed. And again, taking your hamstring stretch here, gathering the leg wherever you can grab it. Let's point through the ankle and extend, maybe getting a little bit closer into your stretch. Sending those exhales to the back of the leg. Let's do that again. Fold it in, bend and fold. Nice inhale here, and then exhale, reaching through the heels. Send it up again. And same thing here, pointing through the foot. Good. Fold the leg in again, and we'll hold on to the leg, left hand, left knee, opening that thigh out to the side, feeling that inner thigh stretch. Again, relax those ribs into the floor. You can stay here or perhaps check in with your inner thigh stretch with the leg extended. Good, and we'll bend, scoop those abdominals and bring it up. Take opposite hand to the outside of that knee. Other arm can open out to the side. Gently starting with just the leg coming a little bit across the body, waking up that outer hip. And then again, if you like a little deeper stretch, you can spiral over a little further. Feeling some stretch into the pectorals even there. Great. And then again, on your next exhale, abdominals help bring the pelvis back to center. Once again, elongate that leg. Make sure, again, both waistlines are long and even. Waking up that back of the leg stretch, hamstrings opening up. Good, and then we'll soften that thigh a little bit. You can place your hands beside you as your training wheels, 4 circles. Inhale across the body and exhale, circle, stir 1. And again, inhale across and swing that femur bone around. 2 more here. Inhale and exhale. And again, 3 and 4. Let's reverse it. Opening, open, and circling down, around, and up. Abs are supporting you. And 2. Using that breath. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Lengthen that leg and send it all the way down to the floor. Good. Just let those legs release and relax on the floor there. You can wag them out a little bit. And we're going to work on finding that chest fold again, that place right underneath the sternum where our ribs meet. Okay. Hands down by the sides. We're going to inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and then enjoy this feeling of sliding the fingers away or the shoulders away, and then chest fold, peekaboo down at those toes, feeling like you just zipped up your jeans there. Reaching, curling up, feeling that support. Inhale, exhale, roll yourself back down. So just that little upper body shelf, that fold. Again, inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, glidey, slidey, shoulders slide down, fold, and hands hover off the floor, reaching and looking there. Good. Inhale again, and exhale, rolling back down. Now we're going to do it again and stay a little longer. Inhale, shrug, and exhale, lengthen and reach, finding that support. Now then, stay in your chest fold. We're going to think about one leg reaching long out and then just floating up without any hiking of the hips. Inhale, exhale, send it long all the way down. Hands are still hovering, we're still in that chest fold. Other side, inhale, exhale, other leg lengthens and folds. Pelvis stays steady. Good, and then reach it back down. Let's try it one more time. If you need to, circle those hands behind your head. Other side again, reach. Abs are strong, float that leg up and reach long. One more time, inhale, exhale, deepen that zipper. Try to keep the pelvis steady, reaching, floating up, and then lowering back down. Good, inhale, exhale, release from there. Very good. We're going to move into our roll up from here. So you can either keep the legs long or bend the knees, feet on the floor. Start with the arms reaching up to the ceiling and then lengthening up and overhead, feeling your abdominal support through the rib cage. Here we go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, returning to that same chest fold, peeling up. That's it. And then arcing up and over that waistline, feeling that stretch wide across the upper back. And exhale, lowest abdominals retreating deeply toward the floor, slowly lowering back down and unfold. Let's do this again. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, nodding chin to chest, spine like a wheel, curling it up and reaching up and over. Good work, breathing here. Inhale and then exhale, send your spine back down, one vertebra at a time. Melting down, right down through that midline. And down 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Fluid movement with breath and reaching up and over. Good, and exhale, sliding those shoulders away from the ears, melting back down to earth. And down, one more time. Inhale those arms and exhale, nod and fold. Good, and reach. Good. Go ahead and open those sitting bones a little bit wider apart, waddle side to side a little bit, and folding over the hamstrings, deepening that stretch. Good. And again, rolling back down. This time we're going to go into our scoops. So as you roll down, you can just bring your hands beside you On the floor, once again, we'll pull those knees into our chest. And you can start it into a nice little snug ball. You may initially feel a lot of pressure into your hands using your tricep strength to help you here. That's normal. As you get better and better, try surrendering your palms up so you're less giving that death grip into the floor. We're going to motivate from our lowest abdominals. Exhale, scoop and lift the hips up. And then see if you can slowly lower down. And again, exhale, scoop. And try to control that rolling down. Deep, low ab work. Again, peel it up and roll it down. Wide and easy through the collarbones. A few more times. Scoop and rolling it down. And again, scoop and rolling it down. Good work. Those are hard. Hug your knees into your chest. And we'll take a little minute here. We're going to go into a few of our Fab 5 exercises here from the abdominal series. So again, finding our chest fold position, we're going to exhale, curl yourself up, and then we'll do a single bent leg, extending one leg long and hugging the other knee in, elbows nice and wide, shoulders away from those ears, alternating this position. We go inhale, switch, exhale, switch, exhale, switch, inhale, and inhale, deepest abdominals sink on those exhales. Again, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Once again, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. And relax your head back down. In fact, just let your head roll side to side a little bit, easing that up. Good. So this next one, our head gets to stay on the floor. We're going to lengthen both legs long. You can either do this with your hands behind your head on the floor, or I like to sometimes place my hands underneath the outer edges of my hips, just for a little extra support for my pelvis. This is double straight leg. Truth be told, I like this better with my knees slightly bent so that you're not feeling your quads do it all. We're going to flex the feet. Lower those legs as far as you can without changing your pelvis, without arching through the back. Then you're going to point through the feet and then reel it in, bring it up from those low abs and psoas muscles. We inhale, reach away from center, and exhale, gather and fold. Really, again, be aware of your upper body, your collarbones wide. Try not to put that tension into the neck and shoulders. Inhale, reaching out, imagining little fishing reels, reeling them back up from your center. 2 more times. Inhale, casting it out. Exhale, reel it back up. 1 more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, reel it back up. Good. Fold those knees in. Take a little moment. Let's do 1 more. We're going to do our crisscross. Circling the hands behind the head again. Good. Inhale. Exhale, chest fold. Still keeping those elbows wide. Just as we did before, 1 leg extended, 1 leg bent, but we're going to twist and rotate around that sternum, looking back toward that other elbow. We exchange. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. And inhale. And inhale. Deepen your zipper. Exhale. And exhale. Let's keep going. Inhale. And inhale, working those obliques. 1 more set. And blow it away. And return back down. Well done. We may feel our abdominals the next day or 2. Let your head turn side to side a little bit. Good. And then we're going to roll ourselves up to our sitting position. Rock and roll. Find your precarious balancing place there. Let's find our rolling like a ball shape, holding onto those ankles nice and snug. Shoulders again, nice and heavy, dripping away from the ears. Scooping the belly deeply. Let's inhale, rock it back. And exhale, roll it up. Trying to find that balance place again. That's it. Again, inhale. And exhale. 2 more times like this. Inhale, right up that center line. Massage your spine. Find your abs as your brakes. That's it, everybody. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Stay in your precarious balance. Hold on to those ankles. Again, shoulders under control. We're going to slowly stretch your legs as long as they'll go. It's okay if they're slightly bent. I'll try to straighten out. See if you can open the legs apart. Shoulder distance again. Lats are with you. Shoulders are supported. Bring it back together again. And then bend the knees, relax. Let's do that one more time. Finding your deep, lowest abdominals to support your balance. Reach the legs up, chest is open, lifted chin, nice and triumphant. Open the legs apart and bring them back together again. And bend those knees. Toes on the floor, open those knees apart. Take your dive forward into your butterfly stretch here. Breathe it out, relax those hips. Good work. Let's roll ourselves up. I'm going to scooch back a little bit. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. And then we'll do some more of our flexing and extending. So opening the arms out in front into your zombie position, really feeling that lift and support through the abdominals. Let's inhale tall. Exhale, folding forward, curving upper back. And inhale, stack the spine, rolling back up. Exhale, elbows bend into your goal post, like you're sliding your arms along the countertop. And then lifting your heart, arcing, pulling those elbows back, working between the shoulder blades. And again, extend the zombie arms out in front. Again, inhale tall, exhale, contract, folding over. And inhale, scoop and roll up. Exhale, elbows bend. Nice neckline here. Inhale, open the chest, arcing and stretching the front of the body. One more time, extend those arms. And exhale, deflate. Folding over that waistline. Inhale, inflate. And exhale, elbows bend. And inhale, heart lifts. Good, nice. And relax. Let's bring our feet together now for this one. And again, if you need to bend your knees, that's okay. My main objective is that our pelvis is vertical here and that our feet stay on the same plane. So as we do this rotation, I don't want to see me twisting one leg getting ahead of the other. Try to maintain where that is so the pelvis really stays placed. We're going to sweep and bring our fingertips on top of your shoulders here. And we're going to work on spine twist. So we inhale fully. And then exhale, wringing out the rib cage. 3 progressive exhales. Going 1, exhale. Exhale, deeper twist, more 2. Exhale, deepest twist, more 3. Inhale, back to center. Other side. Exhaling 1. Exhale, deeper 2. Exhale, deepest 3. Inhale, center. 3-dimensional rib cage. Again, exhale 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. Inhale fully. And again, exhale 1, exhale 2. Release all your air out. Big inhale, like a vacuum, filling back up. Again, each side. 1 and 2. Exhale 3. Inhale, center. Last time. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale, center. Release your hands, sweep them all the way up, and big forward fold once again. Maybe you can reach toward your toes. Maybe you can give yourself a little foot or calf massage while you're there. Good work. And then again, we'll roll ourselves up and transition to go over onto your belly. So again, we're just going to start with our hands making a little pillow for the forehead. Legs nice and long, just parallel slightly apart behind you here. And starting with that support, lifting up through the abdominals, our alternating leg reach and lift. So I'm going to send laser beam light down through my leg, lengthening through the knee so I can slowly float the leg up off the floor, engaging the back of the leg, and then lowering it back down. Other side, reaching energy long and floating the leg, trying not to let the pelvis tip side to side. So I'm stretching the front of my hip and activating the back of the thigh. Lower down, exhale, release. Again, other side. Alternating, reach, float, and lift. Take a pause there, inhale, and exhale, lower down. Other side, lengthen out, and float it, lift. Stay and hover, inhale, and exhale, down. Good. Now just relax your legs, relax your hips, wag your tail side to side a little bit, and then extend the arms out in front. We're going to separate this. Sometimes we do it arm and leg together, but I'm going to just have the arms move now. So I'm looking down at the floor, energy out through the top of my head. Same thing we did with the legs, but now with the arms. Reach energy through the fingertips, reach forward, and see if you can keep those abdominals connected as you float one arm up. Inhale, and exhale, lower it back down. Other side, reach long. Other side of the shoulders stable. Lift that arm, lift and hover. Inhale, and exhale, lowering it back down. See if you can do this without tensing up your glutes. Other side, reach. Abs secure. Float that arm, lift. Legs are just turned off. And lower it back down. Other side, energy long, reach. And float it up. Even if it's just an inch, that's okay. And lower it back down. Good. Now let's put the two things together, opposite fingers and toes going at the same time. So again, my spine is just barely extended, floating up off the floor, looking down at the mat. Opposite fingers and toes, reach on that diagonal, and then float. Feel that same support from your center. And exhale, float it back down. Other side, energy reach. See if you can do this without tipping to the side. Float and lift, extend. Inhale and exhale, lower it back down. Again, each side, lengthen, opposite arm and leg, lift. Float and hover, inhale. And exhale, lowering down. Other side again, lengthen out and up. Pausing there, inhale, abs secure. And exhaling down, release. Very good. Again, wag it out, release that. Let's bring our hands near our shoulders and do at least 3 lovely swan extensions from here. So again, feeling that support from the belly lifting up and in. Let's let our eyes travel forward along the mat and out along the wall in front of us, pressing down into the hands, sliding the shoulders down away from the ears, opening the front of the chest, feeling that nice stretch for those abdominals we worked earlier. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slowly lengthening back down. Imagining getting longer and longer, more space in between each vertebra as you descend. And let's do that 2 more times. Reaching out, crown of the head. Back of the neck stays long. Smiling collarbones in the front. Press and open. Lifting that belly button just a little bit. Inhale and exhale, lowering back down, strengthening our spine, strengthening our backs. 1 more time. And again, reaching out. Pressing into the hands. Inhale through the height of your extension. And then exhale, lowering back down. So good for us. Very, very good. Let's press into hands and knees now. Lifting up into your all fours position here. Okay. And again, we're going to take a little side bend before we go into our cat backs here. So we're going to contract side body. So bringing my head and my tail toward each other, curving, condensing my right side in this case, and lengthening the left side of my waistline. And then returning back to center. And then other side, curious cat, looking toward your tail. Side bending to the other side, lengthening one side of the body, condensing the other side. So really make sure your pelvis is going toward your nose. And then center. Do that again. Side bend. Like you're trying to look toward that cheek. That's it. And then bring it back to center. And other side, side bending. Working our lateral curves of the spine. Returning to center. Now you get to take that cat back. Hollow and lift. Rounding through the upper back. Let that chin come toward your chest. Releasing your brain. Come back to center. And then cow. Slide the shoulders down and back. Open the chest. Take that good arch again. That's it. And then back to center. Again, rounding flexion of the spine. Curl and hollow it up. Breathe there. Stretch it out. And returning. Now then, rather than dumping into that low back again, keep that support from the low belly. Just let the upper back extend. Just shine your heart forward, pulling the shoulders again away from the ears. Good. Bring it back to center. One more high cat back. And then take your time, slowly shift your weight back toward your feet. You can open your knees wider if that's more comfortable for you. But sitting down into your child's pose position, maybe reaching your fingertips a little further out, letting your head reach toward the floor. While you're here in this condensed position, take the opportunity to breathe into your back space. Inhale, filling your body in 3 dimensions. And exhale, melting. And let's do that again. Inhale, filling up the low back. Exhale, melting. Good. And let's do more of our side stretch because that feels great. Reaching your hands over to the right, sliding your hips over toward the left, maybe looking underneath that left arm. And then walking yourself back to center and other way. Hands reach, reach, reach over to the left. Pelvis slides over your heel toward the right. Maybe looking underneath that right arm, feeling that stretch. Good, bringing it back to center. And then again, curl yourself up, walk yourself back with your hands. All the way up to center. And let's roll over onto our side from here. Okay, let's make one straight line today. So you can let your head rest along on your arm, hips and shoulders stacked more or less in a straight line here. Feeling that length through the waistline. You can either put your hand here or maybe use one finger if you need to hold your balance here. So we're going to try to keep that length through the waistline and see if we can float both legs up off the floor and then lower it back down. And again, float those legs up off the floor. We're going to feel that oblique work here and lower it down. Again, check in with your neck and shoulders so you can keep that soft. Lift both legs and lower it down. And lift both legs and lower it down. Now this is a little bit more challenging. Lift both legs and stay. And we're going to slowly scissor one leg apart, one leg back, one leg forward, balancing on that hip. And then bringing it through center. And then trying not to tip over, reach the other leg back, the other leg forward, keeping the stretch through the knees. And back to center. Try that again. Staying floating with those legs up off the floor. Scissor. And bring it back to center. Keep breathing. And other way. Scissor, reach. It's really difficult, I find, to lengthen that back, that bottom leg to the back. One more time. Scissor, reach. Keeping our balance as best as we can. Gathering it back to center. Lots of oblique work here. Again, reach, scissor. One leg forward, one leg back. And bring the legs together, still floating. Exhale, release, back, down. Very, very good. Let's bend our knees now. And you can prop your hand on your head on your hand here if you'd like. And let's go into our waves today. So again, we're going to keep that support through the middle. Our pelvis stays placed. In fact, sometimes I place my hand on my sacrum to remind myself here. I'm going to lift my knees, so spiraling that thigh open. Then lift the foot. Then inwardly rotate, close the knee down, and then lower the foot. And again, so pelvis stays in place, isolating that work through the thigh. Lift and lift. Over the top of the wave, lower the knee, lower the foot. Again, lift the knee, open, lift the foot, higher range, rotate it in, trying to keep that waistline long. Knee closes, foot closes. A few more times. Lift the knee, lift the foot. Inhale, exhale, inwardly rotate. Knee closes and foot closes. One more time. Lift and lift and lower and lower. And let's relax there. Take both hands, one on top of the other. Place your head on the floor. Let's do our big circles today. Taking our bottom hand, we're going to slide it forward beyond my bottom hand. Fingertips tracing along the floor. Opening, letting that head roll. Opening into your biggest circle. Up and over the hip. And back where you came from. Try that again. Reach. And opening through the arms, spiraling palm open to the ceiling. And then up and over that hip, letting the head just follow your hand. Return. Let's reverse it. Opening up the hand, thumb leading, palm up, letting your head roll, reaching through the fingertips, deepening that stretch through the waistline, circling around. And again, continuous movement with flow, with breath, reaching around, circling. And there you are. Good. Let's return to the other side. Bringing ourselves down, starting in that long line position as we did before. So again, adjust as necessary. Okay. So again, trying to find that length of the waistline, maybe challenging your balance with your hand on your hip to remind yourself. This hand long on the floor is kind of nice. You can gently press. Make sure you're not pressing too much and tensing up through the upper body. So starting with both legs as one, we float both legs up and lower down. Again, zipping up those abdominals, float and lift. Feeling those muscles work under the waistline there, lower down. Again, float and lift. How high can you go? And lower down. And again, float and lift. Good work, lower down. Here we go. For our scissors, float and lift, stay on this plane. And then we carefully navigate that balance, one leg forward, one leg back. And bringing it back to center. And challenge yourself the other direction. One leg forward, one leg back. Keep those abdominals strong. Bring it back. Are you breathing? Reach it back. And center. And change. Nice and slow. Coordinated, controlled movement. And center one more time. Top shoulder easy. Scissor reach. And center. Challenge it to the other direction. Reach. And center, legs together. And float yourself back down. Those are challenging. Good job. Go ahead and bend your knees. You can prop yourself up if you'd like here. Again, feeling that support from your core, pelvis staying placed. I like to place my hand there as a reminder so I'm not rolling back and forth. In for our waves. We go. Rotate. Lift that knee. Lift the foot. Inwardly rotate. Close the knee. Close the foot. Keep going. Lift the knee. Lift the foot. Inwardly rotate knee and foot. Keep going. Try to smooth it out. Keeping it continuous like waves on the beach. And down. And again. Lift and lift and lower. And lower. Let's go 2 more times. Lift and lift and lower. Working those hip muscles. Yes. One more time. Lift and close and relax. Well done, everyone. Let's stack our hands. Let your head rest on the floor and go in for our big circles. Slide that top arm forward and then big circle tracing up and around. Opening through the chest and shoulders, releasing that tension up and over the top of the hip and returning to where you started. Again, reach. And again, take your time. If you need to go slower than I'm going, please do so. All the way around. And again, we'll go twice, reversing when you're ready. Spiraling open, thumb leading the way, palm up. Let your head follow your hand. Big circle reaching all the way around. And one more time. Opening through the chest and shoulders. Letting those hips soften. Good work. And around. Well done. Let's roll over onto your back next. We'll take a little hip stretch here. Let's do our pretzel stretch for today since we did our wave work. So I'm going to cross one ankle over my thigh, casual crossed over position. And that hand goes between the legs. The other hand on the outside, you can link your hands underneath that thigh or on top of the bent shin. There, as you find your pretzel shape, gathering those thighs, pulling the legs in. Tail reaches down toward the floor, lengthening the low back. Relax your head on the floor as best you can. And again, send those deep exhales into those places you may be feeling here. And then I always like to shift a little side to side, discovering other areas of stretch. When you find a good place, you can stay there and take an extra couple breaths there if you need. Good. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly come carefully out of that and go to the other side, crossing the other ankle over the knee. And then one hand between, one hand on the outside, gathering under or on top. And again, folding the legs in towards you. Hello, finding those places of stretch. Tailbone reaches down to the floor. Every time you do these stretches, you find different little friends, different places that say, hello, how you do? Take some deep breaths there. Good. And then again, as you're ready, carefully unwind out of that. Fold both knees into your chest. Give yourself another well-deserved hug. Good. And then let's roll ourselves back up to sit again. We're going to go in for some gentle stretches sitting up together to finish off today. So let's start with a little twist stretch. So we're going to sit on both sitting bones and we're bringing one leg across the body. If this isn't comfortable for you, you could also extend that bottom leg. So whatever works best for your body. Sit nice and long and tall, both sitting bones anchored. We're pulling that opposite knee to opposite shoulder here, pulling nice and long, and then spiral rotate, twist and breathe and stretch. So lifting the abdominals up and in as you go in for that spiral. Good, and then unwind, and then we'll take same hand as leg, pushing on the inside of that leg to twist opposite. Going the other direction. Breathing through those obliques that we worked today, opening up through the ribs. Good, and then again, coming back to center. Perhaps lining up your knees if you can, stacking one knee on top of the other. Just take a gentle hinge forward. You'll discover some spots there, some places stretch into the inner hip, outer hip. Just a little forward fold. And then again, press, bring yourself back up, lifting long and tall through that spine. Let's exchange other leg on top. So again, find your sitting bones on the floor, that vertical spine as best you can, guiding that thigh in toward the opposite shoulder, and then spiral rotate in toward that stretch. As you're breathing, feeling how you can increase that rotation. Good, and bring it back to center. Same arm as leg on the inside, press against that thigh, and spiral twist the other way. Good, and again, returning to center, and then again, do the best you can with what you've got here. If you can stack your knees, great. If you just want to let your legs extend out in front of you and fold, that's fine too. Take that forward fold, stretching out the hips a little deeper, releasing those glutes. Good. And then again, bringing yourself back up to center. Let's come into our butterfly position once again. So feeling the soles of the feet come together. I'm placing my hands on the outsides of my shins here, pressing down against my shins, sending my shoulders down. And again, taking that high release, that opening of the chest, lifting through the abdominals, opening the heart. And then coming back up to vertical, nodding chin to chest and rolling forward, spilling forward into the legs, stretching that low back, opening the thighs. And then rolling it back up. Let's extend one leg out to the side. So we're going to sit on both sit bones again. Legs are rotated, turned out. This knee is on top. To get a little deeper inner thigh stretch. Walking the hands forward, trying to keep your knee smiling up to the ceiling. Don't let it roll in. Okay. And then just again, feeling that hinge forward, sending that deep breath out through that inner thigh. Good. And then bringing it back in nice and easy. Good. Let's rotate. You're going to place this foot along the inseam and square up the hips to face that leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Let's flex the foot and then fold over. Deeper hamstring stretch. And maybe you just hang out here with your hands on the floor or on your shin. Just yearning your chest forward, deepening the stretch for the back of the leg, isolating it to that one side. Feel that length out through the spine. So we're not just in a hunchback position, but we're open through our chest. Breathing there. Then point the foot, release the spine, curve fold, bowing forward. And then rolling up through your spine. Good, and we'll do all of this on the other side. So sitting, facing us facing each other. Leg out to the side. And again, folding forward, keeping that knee on top. Walking the hands forward, stretching through the inner thigh. That's it. Breathing here. And again, carefully walking yourself back up. And then pivoting so that foot comes along the inseam, parallel, facing your leg. Let's reach the arms up. Inhale, flex that foot and forward fold, hinging on that long ankle. Maybe just resting your hands on the floor, on your leg, feeling energy up through head and tail. Breathing through the back of that leg. And then again, perhaps point the foot, release deeper into that fold. And then again, walk yourself back up. Good. All right. Come to hands and knees now. And we're just going to help one foot out in front for hip flexor stretch. Bringing one foot out in front. Wiggle those toes a little bit further out. And then pressing the pelvis forward. You can stay with your fingertips toward the floor, lengthening your spine, or perhaps come up onto your hands on your thigh, lengthening through the front of that hip, softening the shoulders, practicing good posture. With each exhale, perhaps getting a little deeper into that stretch. Good. And then again, we'll carefully unwind out of that. Transition to the other side. Help that other leg out in front. Again, inchworm that foot forward perhaps a little bit so that as you hinge, we're creating as vertical a line here as possible. Knee over that heel. Again, same thing, either fingers tip toward the floor or zip up those abdominals. Find that balance. Shoulders soft. And again, sending those exhales down through the legs. One more deep breath. Lowering the pelvis. Good. Go ahead again. Transition coming out of that. Once again, we'll just find whatever comfortable sitting position. I'll come back to the butterfly. We'll reach those arms out to the side. We'll take a side bend and circle today. So we're reaching up and over, arcing to the side, enjoying that side stretch. Scooping the abdominals, contracting, pausing here on the diagonal. Good. Come back to your side bend. And bringing it up. Other side, up and over, side bend. Lengthening long through that side body. And exhale, hollow and contract, pausing there to stretch through the low back. Good. Coming back to our sideways position. And exhale up. And then we'll take one big circle one way, one big circle the other way. Inhale, reach, going back to that side bend. And now we're going to circle, curving through that diagonal, continue forward, head to toes, switching arms to the other diagonal, to our other side bend, and up, and other way, up and over side bend, inhale, exhale, contracting, scooping over, up and over the abdominals, other arm takes over, to find that side bend, and up. And both arms, inhale, reaching tall. And exhale. We did it. Well done, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. I'll see you next time.